Goon, the quarterback, as of Tuesday, the word was Drew Aller might be a game-time decision in the wake of that knee injury he suffered last Saturday night in Wisconsin. Yep. His backup, Bo Prabula, got the job done in that game, certainly. But as of now, Wednesday evening, what do we know about Aller and whether he might be ready at noon Saturday?
I don't know anything on top of what you guys know, so it is what it is. But honest to God, I have an honest question for you. Did you not have Iowa 2021 fears when Prabula took over and he fumbled the first snap and then he had a delay of game? Remember that debacle out of Iowa and we didn't have a backup quarterback ready to go?
Yep.
But I'll tell you what, he settled down, he calmed down, and he played great in that second half. And honest to God, I'm pretty cool with either guy going this weekend. To be honest with you.
Well, that leads me right where I was going to go. You and I have had many conversations over the years about the big people, the big eaters up front, the offensive and defensive line, and where Penn State has added, they've sent some guys to the league off the offensive line over the last couple of years. They've never really seemed to have that unit. This unit looks like it might be as good as there's been in a little while.
Yeah, our quarterbacks have been clean throughout the season. If you really think about it, they haven't really getting that dirty. They have not given up a lot of sacks. And I think that teams are coming in and then, you're going to laugh because I'm going to bring up the 94 thing on the 94 team that I played. Yeah. But, we had two things going. Is you got to pick how do you want to lose this game as defensive coordinator? Do you want Kejana Carter to run all over you? Do you want Kerry Collins to pass all over you? So right now it's, our run game, which is pretty savage, to be honest with you, or our pass game. And people are deciding, what, we have to let, Drew Aller or Bo Prabula beat us. And that's the bottom line, because they're not letting us run because personally, you guys know as well as I do from watching the games, we literally have one of the most dynamic tight ends in the country right now. And he's catching a lot of passes and he's doing a lot of stuff. But if you watch him, like when he's not catching the ball or centering the ball like he did at USC, the guy's a complete maniac, but he is absolutely hammering people run blocking. Absolutely setting the edge for these guys, and he is just dirtying some defensive ends out there, some pretty good defensive ends, none of which we have seen until now, because this weekend is going to be the big weekend to see what's going to happen with our team. But Tyler Warren is absolutely out of his mind, playing well. The offensive line, and then you got to give Coach Franklin and Coach Troutwine a lot of due, and that is the depth. We have not had depth at this offensive line position, and I'm going to tell you, 15, 20 years. Yeah. And now we're popping 3 guys in the NFL last year, and now we only allowed 4 sacks already this year. That's it. You have 3 guys in the NFL from last year's team, and you have guys coming in replacing them. One being, who the center is. I don't have to say this, right? Chocolate Thunder's kid, man.
Right.
The greatest basketball center in Philadelphia Sixers history.
Right.
I'm taking Dawkins over Wilt and Moses. I'm sorry. Come on. I know he doesn't have the stats, but I'm telling you, as a 9-year-old kid, seeing a guy rip a rim out of the wall and the glass shattering everywhere, you fall in love with that dude, man.
Oh man.
So Doc's son's playing center for us right now, and he's playing well. He's playing very well, but it's the leadership that he's giving right now. And these offensive linemen, these young guys are stepping up, and these guys are really, really good. We got Hayden Rucci comes in at right tackle. He had a couple plays where he got beat up a little bit, but you know what? He went to Wisconsin for 2 years, so they knew how to go against him. And I think he handled himself very well late in that game on Saturday. He might be starting this game. I don't know. But the offensive line is, obviously I'm going to say the big eaters up front have been doing great this year, and they have been. They really have been. And we have not been able to have this conversation in how long, Bill?
Long time. Years and years.
I would say Shipley,
I guess I
Ornberger, that offensive line in 18, I think. Or I'm sorry, 08.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be surprised that a former offensive lineman is spending, 3 minutes talking about the O-line, but That's okay. I understand. Hey, Goon, you mentioned the tight end, Tyler Warren. He's now the only Big Ten tight end with more than 500 receiving yards. He averages about 12 yards a catch. He had that monster 17 catch game at USC. He's been great. But you mentioned also the running attack. Katron Allen and Nick Singleton both having solid seasons. It's nice to have two guys right around 500 yards rushing, with Singleton averaging nearly 6.5 yards a carry, is it not?
Yeah. I mean, pick your poison again. It's like, I don't think the Big Ten teams are allowing us. They're not going to say you're going to run. They're not going to sit back in a 7-man front in a zone defense. They're going to pressure our run game because that's our strength. And that's a good thing because, Drew Aller or Bo Prabula coming in this weekend, they have been doing well when we're taking what they're giving us right now, and we're still running the ball a little bit. I wish we could run the ball a lot more. But again, I think that the defensive coordinators are saying you're not going to do this. Your pass game's got to be this, because we don't have the strongest receiving core. That is, if there's a glaring weakness on Penn State's offense, it is the receiving core. So I think defensive coordinators are saying, you know what, let those guys beat us because you're not going to beat us with a run game.
Hey, Goon, over on the defensive side of the ball, at linebacker, Kobe King, Tony Rojas, some guys, Tyler Elston, all stepping up, playing great ball. And Abdul Carter is the one that gets all the press. Is this defense for real?
Well, one, he's a LaSalle kid, so he deserves all the press he gets. So there's no doubt in my mind that's what's going on here. He's a LaSalle High kid. Hail LaSalle. But, yeah, you're all right. He is getting a lot of the credit. He does get a lot of the credit. But, the Denny Sutton, if he doesn't play this week, that's a big blow right now. Number 33, the defensive end who popped a groin the other day. Yep. He's a big loss if he's not playing this week. So I would, if I had to get one person healed up for this game, I'd rather have him than Drew, to be honest with you, because I feel comfortable with Bo Prabula as our quarterback personally, and I also feel that Denny Sutton playing defensive end for us is absolutely paramount, because now you got to drop down two guys, and you can double team Abdul Carter on the other side, and then if you don't have that other strong rush guy, you know how defense works, Bill. Yep. You got one choice. You got to double one guy, and the other guy's got to beat somebody one-on-one. So,
well, Keith, I haven't always been the biggest fan of the head coach, but we have to give James Franklin his due this season. I mean, you can't criticize a coach when he's undefeated and he's had a couple of huge October road victories under his belt, right? It's pretty impressive.
Sure it is. The people that knock James is like, just think about where we're at right now. He's the 15th ranked coach in the country, price-wise, salary-wise. And, we're hovering between 10 and 15 on our recruiting. So, just watch the MLB World Series. The Yankees and the Dodgers are paying. Guess what? They're the two highest paid teams in the league. So you are going to get what you pay for. I don't want to think that college football is going down that route, but we sort of are. But I think that James, he seems more relaxed. Do you not notice that? Mm-hmm. I don't think he feels. I mean, first of all, I have to get this off my chest right now. If we lose this week, it's not a bad thing. So think about this: we win out. Guess what? Guaranteed, you're promised to play Oregon in the Big Ten title game, and then 2 weeks later, you get to play in a first round if you lose that game. Now, I'm of the ilk, as you guys are, as everybody is, that you win every game they put in front of you. So we need to win every game. But if we lose this game this week, win out, we're still going to host a 5-8 playoff game on December 21st. We win this game. We win out the next 4 games. We play, congratulations, you get to play the number 1 team in the country, and then you lose a bye week. Right. It's sort of like we're okay. We're doing very, very well where we're at right now. Now, I'm not sitting there saying I'm okay with us losing by 50 points. I'm not okay with us losing. I want to win this game, and I'm going to tell you right now, I have not seen a buzz. I've been back here since 2005. That's 19 years, and it's not even remotely close to the excitement that's going on here this week. There has been nothing about this the last 20 years. And and I was here, obviously playing from 91 through 95. And we played some hell of a games, but our fans weren't hungry then. They were very complacent, like, oh, you're not winning a national title. Our fans are starving. Our fans want this victory. Our team wants this victory. This town wants this victory. I mean, you guys can bring the picture up. I hope you do, of where ESPN Game Day is showing up versus where Fox is showing up and where I'm tailgating. So, I'm just sitting there. I am literally right in the middle.
Yeah, I didn't pass that on this.
And I'm not going to tell you, it is Wednesday night, and I drove across town, and there is an aura and a buzz and a smell, a feel that this is a huge football weekend. And I'm telling you, I have not felt it in decades.
That's awesome. Well, hey, I was going to bring up to you, and you already touched on it. There's a quirk in this schedule, in this playoff schedule, even with the 12-team thing to me, because if you play in your championship game and you lose, all right, you got to come right back the next week.
Yep.
If you're the number 3 team, you're getting a bye.
2 weeks bye.
You're getting a bye, right?
Well, I think that has something to do with the Big Ten and the SEC and all these games. They still had their connections with the television contract. So that's what's going on there. And I get it. I understand it. But I don't think the loser of the Big Ten, the SEC, the ACC, the Big 12, I don't think they should be knocked. They shouldn't be knocked down for losing a championship game. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then, then you get into, again, if we lose this game, we're actually better suited to go into the playoffs as a home. All I want in this world, it's pretty easy to say, all I want in this world is us to have a home football game December 21st in State College, Pennsylvania, and have a West Coast team or a Southern team have to come up here and play in Pennsylvania weather, because
you're going to have to lose.
We've had to go down there and play in the heat.
Yeah, you're going to have to lose at least once for that to happen. Whether it's this week or somewhere along the line, even in the championship game, you're going to have to lose a game to get that home field advantage.
Yes, there's so much involved with it, guys. Like, okay, so like the Big Ten title game, are they going to treat that as a bad thing or a good thing? And it's like, we don't know. And then I can go even deeper on this because I constantly talk about this on my radio show. So, you guys have gone to Super Bowls, correct?
Yeah,
I have.
Oh, and I've never gone to one.
Whose tickets are you buying? You're not buying. When we played in Minnesota, when the Eagles played in Minnesota, the season ticket holders in Minnesota did not own the rights to those seats.
Right.
So if we have a home playoff game, do we, as a season ticket holder, do I own those seats?
Probably not.
Or does the NCAA come in and say, "Oh, these are our seats. You could buy these now"? There's so much up in the air when it comes to this playoff, and I know that's a whole. I will gladly come on if this is going to happen in the future, but it's really, really crazy thinking about all the different discrepancies and stuff like that, and whether we win, whether we lose, if we win, this and that, and I'm just going to say, you know what? As the great Reggie Dunlop said, with the Johnstown Chiefs, the Charlestown Chiefs, F it. Just go out and win them all. All we got to do, you go out, win them all, you'll be all right.
That's right. Goon, last thing from me, the history of Penn State, Ohio State. It's been pretty much all Buckeyes, 23-8, 23-8. They've won 7 straight, 11 of the last 12, and that one Penn State victory, maybe a little luck involved. Why is it going to be different this weekend, do you think?
I think we've caught up. They have been like the benchmark. They have been the New England Patriots what the New England Patriots did in the NFL during free agency period has been amazing. And what Ohio State has been doing in the last 21 years has just been absolutely amazing. You could actually say they've had a better run than Alabama. I know Alabama has a lot more national titles and this and that, but Ohio State has had an unbelievable run. I think we've caught up. I think we're in a world right now where money matters. And when I went into the preseason, I was looking at 2 teams. I was looking at Colorado to see, if they start losing, do they jump ship on Dion? I wish they'd lose more so they jump ship on Dion, but it is what it is. And the other one was, I don't want Ohio State to succeed because then that's the hallmark. That is like the benchmark of what people, we need $30 million to pay for a team. I don't want that to happen because you're going to have that. You're going to have the have and the have-nots, which you probably already have. But if Ohio State goes out there and buys this team for $25 million is what they have right now in this season, and they lose 2 games, I don't think those guys are playing for the love of Ohio State. I don't think it's going to matter. They're still going to have their paycheck. They're still going to have their stipend money and this and that. So I don't think they don't really care. Now, if they go out and win a national title, then that's the benchmark of what everybody wants to do going forward. And that's spending $30 million on recruiting classes in your team. And that is the last thing college football needs. I mean, we're already teetering on semi-pro or pro right now. And, now, again, Ohio State loses this game, they're still in it.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah. Sure.
They would get in the playoff with it as a true-loss team, in my opinion.
Yeah. And could
we
host.
lose, and then
They
we
could
lose
end up
again.
hosting.
We're not going to get in the Big Ten. We are not going to get in the playoff as a true-loss team. So this game's important to us, but there's also 4 more games at the end that if we win out, lose this game, and we go 11-1, we still host a playoff game.
Yep.
So it's almost back to the 80s and 90s when it was like, when did you lose your game? Who did you lose to? It's all about, you know what I mean? Remember those days when, I go back to 94 and, Nebraska beat Colorado and, Penn State beat Ohio State and this and that. Florida State beat Notre Dame. Notre Dame beat Notre Dame. I mean, craziness. And that's what we're going back to with the whole when did you lose versus how much you lost. And it's a weird world, but it's all coming back into play with this playoff thing, and that's the biggest thing that's been changed this year is the playoff. And I don't think that you don't understand it. I don't understand it. I really don't. But I think the fans will pick on it eventually and understand it, what's going on. But I think that win, lose, or draw this weekend, we still make the playoffs, and that's a successful season for us right now. But again, as Reggie Dunlap once said, F it, win them all, baby, win them all.
There you go.
Hey, Goon, one final question for me. How big a monkey is this for James Franklin to get this off his back?
I'm with you on that one. I do truly believe, but I have this question too. Who has more pressure on their back right now, Ryan Day or James Franklin? And the answer is by a wide margin, more pressure is on Ryan Day than it is on James Franklin. So
yeah,
I think that James is going to say, you know what, we are what we are. We're going to roll out there. We're going to get it done. And if we don't get it done, we'll go plan B.
There you go. Hey, before we let you go, Goon, give everybody an update where they can find you on your show. You've got several shows you do, and where they can find you on social media and all that.
Yeah, my favorite show I do is the Monday Night Blue White Players Show at bluewhiteplayersshow.com. We've been interviewing football players for the last 3 years. 15-minute interview. It's not groundbreaking, but you know what it is? We're learning about guys that we would not have learned, because these guys, we play football, we hide behind masks and helmets, so you really don't see, why somebody went here, what they want to do in the future and stuff like that. It's been fantastic. I love getting to know these guys a little bit better, and to the point where we're actually going to start doing it in the spring and in the winter with wrestlers, hockey players, basketball players, baseball, softball. Nice. So we will be continuing that. It's a way for me to kick back. I mean, I was a former athlete myself, so if I can put some money in these kids' pocket, then I'm all about it. And and then our fans can get to know these guys a little bit, and girls in the future. Love doing it. And then my weekly show, I have 2 days a week, Goon and Ironhead show on 98.7 The Fox up here in State College. It's on Facebook, it's on Twitter, all that stuff. So really love doing it. We just passed our 5-year anniversary. I literally had no idea. I honest to God, I thought it was about 2 years. And then my wife said, dude, you went through COVID with that. And I was like, well, when was that? And I was like, oh my God. So hopefully Hopefully we'll go another 100 years. So I got a lot of stuff going up here. Big Bill, I can't wait to see you this week. I got
Me
your
too. I'm
jerseys.
looking forward to it, man. Can't wait.
Chet, Mango Kart is my new favorite, by the way. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a
I
good
think
one.
we did this last year. I think I told you about how much I love Mango Kart.
You may have. That is a good beer. I like that.
That is a fantastic beer. So
And try this one.
My television show is
Tucker
sponsored by
Hefeweizen.
Modelo, so I hope they don't
Check it out. Tucker.
Hefeweizen.
Tucher. Tucker Hefeweizen. Yes.
Love it.
Thanks,
I'll
Goon.
see you boys this weekend, man.
All right, Goon. See you soon, buddy.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Thanks. Appreciate you.